Hi, everybody. You guys still awake and good today? Great. So I believe that there is a lot of hype when it comes to certain technologies. Would you agree with me that a lot of people are talking about like automation and artificial intelligence and all these things, and there's just a lot of hype about it. Yes or no? What do you think? Right? So I'm here today to kind of like come against the hype just a little bit. And I want to talk a little bit about how you can go back to your workplaces and start to implement these things. How can you start to infuse how people learn and develop at work with systems like artificial intelligence, all right? So I believe that we can actually keep it simple and keep it human, because it is all about people. It's not all about the technologies, because at the end, if we're not being able to have conversations and truly give people feedback and mentor them and coach them, then what are we really doing about all of this technology? So to me, it's a matter of extremes. I think that we have some people who feel like everything should be AI-driven or technology-driven. And those companies are the ones who are instilling a bit of fear in people, where they're like, oh my gosh, a robot is gonna come and take over my role one day, and what is there left for me to do? However, there's another school of thought of people who are like, we don't really need to embrace all of this hype. You know, we could just keep to the way that we're doing things, and let's just continue to use our manual processes and go with that. However, if you think that way, you might be wanting to be a Toys R Us kid forever, singing the song, renting a Blockbuster video, or that doesn't exist anymore. You get what I'm saying? So you will be left behind. So my idea is that I think we should be somewhere in the middle. It's more of a hybrid where we can embrace technologies, right, like artificial intelligence, and embrace the human side, the people side. And that means that you can start reskilling and upskilling yourself and start taking that back to work, and how people learn and work and develop. They can merge both of them. So we have gone from the age of information to the age of intelligence. It was a big thing not too long ago where we're able to see how people engage in trainings at work and learning through being able to check data and seeing who is getting stuck on being disengaged or who has to keep on clicking. And we were looking at all these data points, but what do you do with the data? What do we do with data to make sense of it and to start impacting people and make decisions? So now we're using concepts such as artificial intelligence to be able to have these technologies kind of think for us and get ahead and predict how people are learning and where are they getting disengaged, and how can we then curate content to meet them. And so I believe that it's more about us making a mind shift change. It's interesting and ironic that artificial intelligence is supposed to be something that we're training to think like humans, but we are really needing to learn about how to think like artificial intelligence. I think HR needs to become more agile, we need to become more innovative, and we need to start thinking about people in the center of every experience that they're having. Like, this technology is actually gonna probably surpass us if we don't change our mindset. This upskilling won't just teach new skills, it will teach a new mindset that emphasizes collaboration with coworkers and with AI. So what I'm saying again is this hybrid where we're using artificial intelligence and not just be the subject matter, or where we have to train people and talk to people about, there's all of these technologies that are coming. However, now we can start to use it as a tool to teach people, to train them, to develop them at work. And Giselle, that sounds great, but how do we use this as a tool? I'm glad you asked, because I'm about to tell you. Okay, so there are many technologies right now using artificial intelligence. I mean, think about it. You love the curation of content through Alexa. You like your driving directions to come to you. You like for music and movies to be curated and recommended to you based on your user experience, right? We can learn a lot from marketing, actually, when it comes to this. And I think we can do the same thing at work. People want to know how to do their jobs better, and they want to learn and develop better at work. We can curate content depending on the user by using artificial intelligence and bringing them what they need to know instead of a one-size-all-fits training. We have micro-learning, can be something that's done at work too. 19 Crimes, I don't know if anybody's heard about this, but it's augmented reality. You take your phone over a wine label, and it'll tell you the history of that wine, and it's pretty cool. So what this does is we can actually use this at work. Imagine if you had a concept that you were trying to teach someone, you were trying to coach someone, you were trying to, again, train them on a certain topic, and they were able to go with their phone over a concept, and it told them what they needed to know about a particular concept. Then we go to development. Affectiva uses emotional artificial intelligence. We've all heard of these issues with Uber and the self-driving car and et cetera, et cetera. Well, what this is that it takes sensors and it tracks how people, if they're falling asleep, or if they're getting disengaged when they're driving, or if they're angry, and it's then in real time with artificial intelligence, giving them data and information right there to fix the driving experience. So imagine if we could coach people, or if we use that type of technology during coaching, interviewing, giving them a mock of how they're going to interact with a client, and then we can use this technology with artificial intelligence to reach them. Some statistics: 72% of CEOs believe that AI will be critical to their organizations, and 95% of all consumer interactions will be powered with AI by 2025, if not sooner, I say. Another statistic is that 61% of all jobs in the next 3 years are going to be using some sort of human and artificial intelligence collaboration. So what is all of that saying? Artificial intelligence is here. It's not a trend. It's not something that's just to be all hype. It is here, and it's here to stay. It's going to be moving more quickly, and it's going to be embedded more into how people work and how people learn at work. So I think that we need to pay attention to this. Now, I want to show you how AI can influence how people work, learn, and develop. So think about coaching. There's something called Butterfly AI, Voice Vibes, and all of these are artificial intelligence tools that can actually listen to someone's voice and listen to inflections, and it's using artificial intelligence to give them real-time feedback in coaching. You have curated content by companies like Docebo, who are bringing personalized content curation to the person who's learning. So rather than you having to sit at work, or your employees sit at work and take some boring training that everybody else had to take and they're disengaged, this is bringing them what they need to learn according to their job and their development and their progression in the company. Then we have learning pathways and performance management that can also be used through Zoomy AI. It creates adaptive learning, which I'm a nerd and I love this topic. What this is that whatever it is that your specific path is for learning, it will bring to you what you need to know and adapt to you as a one-on-one coach or a one-on-one teacher. And finally, all of these things in AI will increase employee engagement. I think it's time for us to embrace, test, and think about artificial intelligence. So embracing it means give yourself a chance to not just get caught up by the hype, but allow yourself and your company to try to test things out and embrace these new ideas and these concepts. Don't be afraid of it and don't resist it. When you test them, be ready to fail. Everything won't work, and you might want to test something silently and in the background before it actually gets deployed, but that's okay. And then change the mindset. Jobs can change with this AI being influenced how people work. What will we do with the people that are left at work? How will we continue to engage them at a higher and a deeper level? So what I want to remind you tonight is keep it simple and keep it human. Okay, the hype is over. Thank you, guys.